Got it done. Did Colorado last night in Boulder. Final score in overtime. Colorado 43, Colorado State 35. Coach Prime had the entire country dialed in. I was staying up last night watching this game with my wife. My wife does not care about college football. She was locked into what was going last night in Boulder, Colorado because of Deion Sanders. And this spot was enormous for them, and it wasn't even really a big-time matchup. Like, you had Lil Wayne in the building. You had The Rock as the guest picker on game day. You had big noon kickoff and college game day there. Even so, found a way to get it done. So we'll talk more about that here in a second. Really quickly, though, make sure you're subscribed right here. It's college football and only college football. All right? I promise you, we'll keep you dialed in for all things Coach Prime, all things Colorado, all things national college football. This is your spot. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram at JD Piquel. We do a live show on this channel as well. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern. Make sure you're locked in. We got a pick for you coming up here this Tuesday on the Colorado-Oregon game. You don't want to miss it. Make sure you're dialed in. We appreciate y'all in advance for that. As I was saying, man, there's something to be said for just getting it done. Like, Colorado came into this game, 3 touchdown favorites and all that, and this was a potential spot where the circumstances around the game could have overshadowed the game. Because like I said, Lil Wayne's there. You got The Rock there. You got game day. You got Big Noon. You got everybody and anybody watching this game. You got enormous stakes with the rivalry kind of factor in it. Also, you got some smack being talked during the week, and it becomes personal. Like, there's so much that went into this game that wasn't about the game. So it was very easy for it to kind of be a situation where if you're Colorado, you take your eye off the ball. And I also think you got to give a lot of credit to Colorado State for the way that they played this game. I mean, they had a great game plan dialed up. They did a great job keeping the ball out of Shaduer Sanders' hands. And I truly believe this. I'm not an NFL scout. I'm not an NFL draft guy, but I saw at least one, if not 2, of those Colorado State receivers that have a chance to do some really good things on Sundays. So there was a lot of talent on that side of the ball for Colorado State, and they did enough on the defensive side of the ball for the majority of the game to make Shaduer Sanders uncomfortable. But even so, man, if you're Colorado, you found a way to get it done. Now, what you did yesterday, is that going to be good enough when you go to Autzen and play Oregon? Like, probably not. But the good news is you didn't play Oregon yesterday. You played Colorado State yesterday. And you're going to be able to learn from the tape that you get from what happened yesterday. And you're going to be able to learn from the situations you were in yesterday. And you get to watch that tape through the lens of, hey, that was tough, but we won the football game. A lot easier to watch the tape knowing it's a win than having to watch it and feel sick to your stomach knowing you lost the football game because of those mistakes. So all things considered, man, like, 3rd week in a row where I'm extremely impressed with the poise of Colorado. Shaduer Sanders and Sean Lewis being the offensive coordinator for Colorado, 98 yards. Right around 2 minutes, if not less, to go in the football game. Down by 8. Huge spot for Colorado. Huge spot. I know Deion Sanders after the game said we had no concern. We knew Shaduer Sanders. We got him the football. We were going to have a chance to win the football game. Even so, dude, this is a huge, huge spot for your football team. 0 flinch. Like ice water in the veins. Shedeur after the game said he went into Brady mode. That was really kind of what it felt like, to be honest with you. And Tom Brady's Tom Brady. Tough to make a comp to the greatest of all time, but Shaduer Sanders having that 2-minute drive, the way that he did it, I mean, cannot say enough good things about it. There's something special with this team under the hood. A lot of talent, a lot of ability, but you pop the top on this team, you look what they have internally, there is a lot of grit, man. There is a lot of grit. It was not a game where they were just controlling the entirety of the tempo. No. They found a way at the end of the ball game to battle back with 1 possession to find a way to get it done. Extremely, extremely impressive, man. That's something that I don't think gets talked about enough with this team because they've got a lot of talent, and Travis Hunter wasn't even playing the majority of this game, at least half the game due to injury, which is a whole other discussion in itself. We probably could do a video on just that and the impact of that, but that's like losing 2 players. 0 flinch. Hey, next man up. We got to find a way to win this football game. Let's get it done. And going back to Shaduer Sanders, man, if you don't believe in Colorado, I don't think that's irresponsible because you look at the sample size, you say, okay, you beat Colorado State, probably should beat Colorado State. You beat TCU, there's question marks about TCU. You beat Nebraska, question marks about Nebraska. But if you have doubts about Shaduer Sanders at this point in time, you're just straight up not watching college football. Because that dude, every single week, Colorado asks him to win football games for them, and he does just that. Last night, no exception. Colorado, no disrespect to what that offensive line was doing, they were not trying to run the football. Did not have the success they wanted to running the football. They threw the ball 47 times. Everyone in the stadium, including everyone on that Colorado State sideline, knew, hey, Shaduer Sanders is going to be the one that dictates how this game goes. We know he's going to throw the football on this next play. All he did was go 38-47, 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. And I'll say this too, man. He took a shot. Took an absolute shot. I believe it was on that touchdown he threw. And he did not look chill. Like, I'll tell you, having taken a fair amount of hits myself, having played college football, like, I don't pretend to have taken a shot like that, but taking a shot under the helmet, then having a full-grown defensive lineman pile drive you to the ground, and to get up and to go win the football game in overtime, like, that takes something. That takes some moxie. There's a lot, I think, with the persona and the public perception of Shaduer Sanders, because he rocks the jewelry, he's got the watch. Dude's a ball player, man. Dude's got that dog in him. Does he have some flash? Of course. I love my quarterbacks to have some flash. I want my quarterback to think he's that guy, because Shaduer Sanders emphatically is that guy. So think what you want about Colorado. That's fine. They have a great test ahead of them. But Shaduer Sanders can ball and deserves every single accolade coming his way. And so does this Colorado football team to this point in time, man. You say what you want about them, they're 3-0. They're 3-0, and yours truly did not think they would be 3-0 at this point in time, and I'm eating my words, and I'm fine doing that, man, because Coach Prime has got that thing rolling. Now you look ahead for Colorado, and this is the next 2 weeks for them that will define what their ceiling is in 2023. Because you play at Oregon, and then you play USC at home. And those two teams, I think most people would agree, are of the top tier in the Pac-12, up there with Utah, and Colorado is fighting to be that kind of team. So if you want to be the best, you got to go beat the best. If you want respect, you got to go get respect. And they've gotten respect to this point, but a lot of people are saying what I just said a second ago about, yeah, well, it's TCU, yeah, well, it's Nebraska, yeah, well, it's Colorado State. You go beat you go beat USC, you go beat Oregon at Oregon. There's no more questioning what kind of team this is. There's no more questioning what could they do. There's no more questioning how seriously you should take Colorado. At that point in time, the belief talk goes out the window, because belief is something that you try and create to a degree because of what you've done so far. But the belief that Colorado is demanding, they don't have to demand anything if they go and beat a team like Oregon. They go beat a team like USC. I'm not saying you shouldn't already believe in Colorado, but I'm saying if you don't believe in Colorado and they go beat a team like Oregon, like, at that point, I don't know who you're arguing with. So enormous week for them. The offensive line is going to be a big point of emphasis for them this coming week in practice. I promise you, with Coach Prime and company, they will do a lot to try and remedy that. And I'll just say this. It looks like Travis Hunter may or may not be available after the game. Deion Sanders said it looks like he'll be out for a couple of weeks. So, again, that's as of Sunday morning, no confirmed information at this point in time. But I would put nothing past Coach Prime heading into these next 2 games. Because think about it this way, too. Colorado now, they go back to that spot where they're the underdog. They're not expected to beat Oregon. They're not expected to beat USC. They go back to that mode now where there's going to be a lot of volume around Colorado saying, yeah, that's a nice story, but now you play the big boys in the Pac-12. I would put nothing past Coach Prime to go and shock the world again here this coming weekend. So we'll pick that game on Tuesday. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the live show Tuesday, 11 a.m. Eastern. Got predictions for you, as well as on Wednesday and on Thursday. Just talking college football every single day on this channel. Want you dialed in. Follow me on my socials at JD Piquel, both on Instagram and on Twitter, so we can keep in touch, interact. I can hear from y'all as well. All right, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We're going to keep this party rolling. We will see y'all next time. Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.